got a lot of money. You don't eat stocks?
I ain't gonna tell that. That ain't for everybody. I ain't gonna tell that, but it's cool.
You're cash rich.
Very. But always put, when you talk about money with me, always put very.
Very. You're very cash rich.
No, I'm not rich. Very wealthy.
He owes people lots of money. The IRS just leaned on him again, Fat Joe style, leaned back on him for another, what, $7 million? After Floyd took an advance to cash, he took a cash advance on this fight because he signed however many different contracts already, and to sign those, he was paid money and then took a cash advance.
It's more than you want to pay. Yeah. It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deceptive.
Floyd loses it after reports claim the IRS is pushing to shut down Mayweather Promotions over a $100 million debt. Floyd responds by saying he has done great throughout his career and has always stayed successful even after retiring. He argues that people constantly want to see him fail or get down, but he refuses to let negativity affect him or bring him down.
That's not a fight he can win right now. Where's the money coming from? Floyd has got to be the dumbest person in a position that he is in. One of the dumbest rich people alive. He has to be. Because how do you think you're going to strong-arm Netflix into doing what you want to do with this whole, no, it's going to be an exhibition, no, we don't know where the fight's going to be, after it's already announced where the fight's going to be, the date it's going to be on, and it is going to be a pro bout. And also, you're not in a position to be very flippant with money. So not only will Floyd potentially, if this is not signed by tomorrow or today as you guys are seeing this video, Manny's representative there, Jazz Mather, said that Floyd would make more than he's made in the last 5 years on this fight, and I agree with him. Combined, if you don't take this now, not only are you not going to make that money, you're going to owe money because you already took money. You took a cash advance.
The IRS filed a tax lien exceeding millions of dollars against Floyd Mayweather, according to public records, adding to multiple lawsuits accusing the boxing legend of failing to pay bills.
So much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash. Hilarious, I love it.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congratulations.
But he doesn't drive.
I like it. Good. You can sell those. They're worth a lot of money. You can get that money too.
Yeah.
You know, he's really interesting in the amount of money that he's able to generate.
Yeah.
You know, he's figured out some pretty incredible shit.
He's a great villain too, man.
Oh, he's brilliant at it. And he's just a brilliant defense.
Floyd talks about his promotion and how he built Mayweather Promotions from zero. He says he created his own company because he wanted to be his own boss, not let anyone else promote him. Floyd explains that controlling his career and brand was important to his long-term success and independence.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to be hit with a lawsuit, that's my understanding from Manny Pacquiao, because Floyd Mayweather Jr. tried to play a slick negotiations game. And let me tell you what this slick negotiations game was. It was apparently, this is my opinion, what I'm gathering from this, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. went to Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao agreed to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. on Netflix. The information for this fight was widely distributed, so Floyd Mayweather Jr. got good publicity out of the announcement. People are, to the extent that they're excited about it, The deal also got done with Netflix. But after Floyd, according to Manny Pacquiao's people, took an advance, right, which is money, against the fight with Manny, watch this. He took an advance in that.
Joe Rogan points out how much money Floyd Mayweather has generated throughout his career. Yet, he allegedly avoided paying taxes and debts, neglecting obligations to the IRS and others without facing serious trouble.
For argument's sake, usually don't count fights this late in the guy's career, but because Floyd constantly markets himself as the undefeated fighter, and that's all everybody talks about, and you know, he says that he's better than everybody else, the Ray Leonards, the Roy Joneses, the Alis, because he never lost and he did. I don't know if some of the fans are going to let him get away with it if he loses. Like, okay, well, now you lost. It's 50-1. And it's not like he could say he lost to a 25-year-old. He'd be losing to another older guy. So I don't know how to quantify that, because I normally don't take a fight serious once a guy gets to a certain point in his age. It's like, but when your whole career has been based on being undefeated, you know, there's going to be somebody on the other side of the candle that's going to hold that against you and say, wait a minute, you know. So I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't hold it against either guy if they lost this late in their career, but that's how Floyd, you know, that's how he markets himself, with the perfect.
Floyd allegedly tried to play slick negotiation games with Manny Pacquiao, which could lead to legal trouble. If proven, he may face a lawsuit over misleading terms or breaking agreed fight conditions.
Heard that Floyd said, no, it's not a professional fight, it's an exhibition. What were you thinking?
I called just right away. You know, what happened? What happened? Like, well, that's not what we signed. Like, we signed a real fight. So if he gets his advance, why he's announcing like this propaganda exhibition, that blah blah blah, things like that. So just told me this. I don't have an idea. So.
Why do you think that he wants it to be an exhibition, even though he signed the contract? Floyd's signature is on this contract?
Floyd's signature is on multiple contracts.
And it says professional fight.
Professional fight.
Why do you think that Floyd is now saying, after he signed a contract for a professional fight, no, it's an exhibition? Why do you think? Do you have an opinion, a theory?
I think he's scared of losing. And he's scared of losing.
Floyd is nearly in his 50s and still fighting to make money. Stephen Bremen says he knows how to market himself well. So, calling this Netflix fight an exhibition may just be a strategy to sell it and stay in the spotlight.
He's leveraged for, you know, to go around and have the exhibition because of his undefeated record. But if that record will ruin, then what else that he can leverage for to go around and have an exhibition match?
I mean, he could leverage what you do. You've lost fights because you fought everyone, right?
Yeah.
So you're still one of the greatest fighters who ever lived, and you can leverage the fact that you're Manny Pacquiao. But you think it means that much to him to be undefeated, that even though there's so much money on the line and he's already signed it, he now wants it to be an exhibition?
Then that's I always say that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're an undefeated fighter, and you are. Yeah. What I can say is, like, he's a self-proclaimed GOAT.
Right.
Self-proclaimed GOAT, because he can even claim in which part that he can claim that he's the only. He cannot claim that he's the only undefeated fighter.
Manny said he was confused after Floyd called it an exhibition, since Floyd had agreed to a professional fight. *** interview 8 ***. Robert Garcia discusses ongoing issues with Floyd breaching the Manny contract.
Signed a contract with Netflix and Manny. Does it happen or no?
Mayweather's the best at promoting fights. He's the best at controversy. He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight, and he's gonna go out there and win. Look, people think he's not focused. He's not training. Mayweather's always in shape.
He's in the gym every day.
Mayweather's always in shape. But then we see Pacquiao running the mountains every day with 50 people around him. He wants to be the first one, so he's killing himself. He's working his legs at almost 50. He's working his legs extra hard. Opportunity when it comes to sparring, he spars tough sparring partners.
He's a warrior, Robert.
He is a warrior, but at 48, his body can't take that much.
Age is just a
And
number.
look, and I'll bet you Mayweather, people think, oh, Mayweather's out of shape, he's not training. I'll bet you deep in behind.
He says Floyd is not afraid of Manny and will fight, but warns Mayweather cannot afford such a major mistake, especially with Netflix involved.
Be in shape to be able to box for 12 rounds. Mayweather's not killing himself in sparring. He's not killing his legs and running. But I bet you he's doing workouts that are not going to kill his legs and are not going to fuck him up when it comes to sparring. But I bet you he'll be in shape for the fight. And I bet you he's going to win by decision.
You think Mayweather decision? Manny's motivated.
Manny's burning himself out. Too much runs like a true champion does. But he's 48.
Mayweather's older, Robert.
Yes, but he's not doing the same workouts that Manny's doing. Manny's showing it to the world. Manny's running in front of 50 people.
But he looks good when you watch.
He's running hard and he's gonna fucking, his body can't take that much. His body can't take that much. Mayweather knows his body can't take that much. That's why he's doing different trainings to be in shape, but to be able to perform and to be fast and to win a decision. I guarantee you.
How big is that fight when it happens?
Big, it's not as big as the first one, but
Wade Plemons argues that the situation around Floyd Mayweather is becoming increasingly messy and risky. He points out that the fight has already been announced with a set date and expectations as a professional bout, making it difficult for Floyd to suddenly shift narratives without consequences. According to him, Floyd is not in a position to be careless with money, especially after reportedly taking a cash advance tied to the fight. Wade Plemons explains that if Floyd fails to finalize the agreement in time, he could lose a massive payday, possibly more than he has earned in the last 5 years combined. More importantly, breaching the contract could force him into legal trouble, including paying lawyer fees and returning advanced money. He stresses that publicly downplaying the fight as an exhibition may have damaged the event and worsened the situation.
And you've breached your contract, so you're now going to have to pay lawyer fees. You're going to lose, all because you piped up in public and essentially on the entire event, saying it was something it wasn't. Floyd, no money Mayweather, dude. I can't believe that that's where we're at. Less than 24 hours he has to come to an agreement. He has a contract, apparently. Again, according to Team Pacquiao, I'm sure there'll be a statement from Team Floyd. I don't even know who's on Floyd's team anymore. Leonard Ellerby's gone. I don't know if Al Heyman's probably not working with him because he's not necessarily directly in a lawsuit with Al Heyman, but that's another thing. Floyd is directly in a lawsuit with Showtime right now for $300 million, saying they didn't pay him, that they paid Al Heyman, and that money never got facilitated to him. This is a mess, dude. And, you know, people were like, oh, Floyd ain't going broke. Floyd ain't going broke. And, okay, he made close to $1 billion, but I'm telling you, when you spend like Floyd Mayweather spends, when you take advantage of people and try to essentially steal.
He also highlights uncertainty within Floyd's team, mentioning the absence of key figures like Leonard Ellerby and questioning whether Al Heyman is still involved. Beyond this fight, Wade Plemons brings up ongoing financial disputes, including a major lawsuit with Showtime over hundreds of millions of dollars. While acknowledging Floyd's past earnings, he warns that excessive spending, unpaid debts, and foreclosures could turn smaller financial issues into serious long-term problems.
Having these little things become big things where you're not paying off. I mean, we went over all of this already, but you're not paying off properties that are getting foreclosed on. You owe millions upon millions of dollars to the IRS. You're buying assets that don't appreciate. You're having to sell back things and close businesses. You are not paying rent on spots in New York, on private jets, that one of which he had to already sell. And then you're in 2 major lawsuits that are probably going to take a long time to figure out. If you don't sign this contract, Floyd might legitimately go broke and declare bankruptcy. I'm not even joking about that. He might actually go broke. I don't know how much money he has actually liquid, because remember when he fought Conor McGregor back in, what was it, 2017, 2018? He told the IRS he didn't have liquid amount of money, $20 million liquid after making almost $1 billion.
Omar Abdullah explains that claims about Floyd Mayweather being broke are often exaggerated and misleading. He stresses that financial status is relative, saying even if Floyd had significantly less money than before, it is still far beyond what most people ever earn in a lifetime. In his view, comparing personal finances to someone like Floyd is not realistic. Omar Abdallah also emphasizes that there is no solid evidence to prove Floyd is financially ruined. He warns against spreading unverified rumors, saying it is irresponsible to assume someone's financial downfall without factual data. According to him, Floyd's continued involvement in high-profile fights and exhibitions suggests he still has strong earning power.
Financially, look, me being broke and Floyd being broke are 2 different conversations, right? I don't know. I mean, is he down to his last 100 million? Is he down to 50 million? Did he make good investments? I don't know. I mean, I hear stories just like you hear stories. I don't have any factual basis of being able to make an assessment there, and I think it's reckless, and I think it's dangerous for people to be able to put things out there and say, oh, he's broke, oh, he has to fight for money. The guy still enjoys fighting. He still doing these fights because he likes to fight. He's doing the Manny Pacquiao fight with Netflix, which I can only imagine what those numbers are. He had the Mike Tyson thing, and I saw, I know what those numbers are. They're good paydays. Why wouldn't you do that at this stage of your career and you're having fun with it if you still like to do it? If it's because he has to, well, then he has to do it. And what's the shame in that? Because everybody, has that pretense of, he's, squandered his money, or he's, bragging about this and that and the other thing. That's the persona. That's why he made money, is because of that.
That's why he made money, is because of that persona. He further notes that Floyd's brand and personality have always attracted attention and money. Whether it is a fight with Manny Pacquiao or other entertainment-style bouts, Floyd continues to generate major paydays. Amir Abdullah suggests that at this stage of his career, these events may be as much about enjoyment and entertainment as they are about financial necessity. Amir Abdullah also highlights Floyd's success outside the ring, mentioning his luxury lifestyle, large properties, and public image as proof that he remains extremely wealthy. He argues that Floyd's persona, often flashy and controversial, is exactly what helped him build such massive earnings in boxing. While discussing rumors and speculation, Omar Abdullah makes it clear he does not have direct access to Floyd's financial records. However, based on observation, he sees no indication that Floyd is struggling in any serious way. In conclusion, Omar Abdullah states that even if Floyd were down financially compared to his peak, he would still be wealthier than most athletes, and his ability to command attention in boxing remains strong.
Squandered $1 million. He's done it up the wall, whether it's on the projects, gambling, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he's fighting again.
So a couple of things. Floyd's my neighbor. He lives in my neighborhood. Like, we share the same backyard and the golf course that's between us. And I see him jogging around the neighborhood, and I have utmost respect for Floyd Mayweather, the athlete. Floyd Mayweather outside of boxing is a different conversation, which nobody cares in my opinion, because it's my opinion. Inside of boxing, because we're in that space, I have the utmost respect for what he did. I think he did generate more money than any other fighter in the history of the sport. I think he put eyeballs on the sport more than any other fighter. I think he pioneered so much, and to that, there is utmost respect for the guy. And I without hesitation, I think he's TBE when it comes to what he's accomplished for the business of boxing and for the marketing.
Fannin, the analyst, argues that Floyd Mayweather may be strategically changing his stance on the fight after already agreeing to terms. He suggests that Floyd could shift from promoting the bout as a real professional fight to later calling it an exhibition, which would change the entire nature of the agreement. According to Fannin, this shift could potentially harm Manny Pacquiao's contractual rights, especially since Manny reportedly accepted an advance under the assumption that the event would be a legitimate fight. He explains that if the bout becomes an exhibition, it removes the competitive stakes and undermines what Manny originally agreed to, including the chance for a meaningful get-back in their rivalry. Fannin also claims that Floyd Mayweather may be structuring multiple deals at once, including other exhibition matches, such as a rumored bout with a kickboxer in Greece and additional high-profile entertainment fights. He suggests Floyd could be maximizing cash flow from several negotiations while minimizing actual risk inside the ring.
Debate between, or an issue about whether it's going to be an exhibition or whether it is going to be a real fight. Floyd is bringing this up. At least that is the contention of Manny Pacquiao. He only brought that issue up after he got the advance. So if he got an advance, he put money in his pocket that he needed in his pocket. And then after that, he's going to switch up and say, no, I don't want to have an exhibition. I don't want to have a real fight. I want to have an exhibition. And as a result, he's depriving Manny Pacquiao of the benefit of the bargain that Manny gave him when he got that advance. Because the advance is there because Manny agreed, assuming that it was going to be a real fight and not an exhibition, because there's no reason between these two guys to have an exhibition for 3 rounds and waste a bunch of people's money where there's nothing on the line, which means Manny can't get his get back and Floyd keeps his 50.
He further theorized that Floyd could be using these deals to generate immediate liquidity, potentially to manage expenses or reinvest in other opportunities. However, Fannin stresses that this is speculative and based on interpretation rather than confirmed facts. Additionally, Fannin raises concerns about the business side of Floyd's operations, suggesting that some decisions may be influenced by aggressive financial strategies involving advances, contractual shifts, and possible legal disputes. In conclusion, Fannin describes the situation as a complex business chess game where money, contracts, and fight rules are being manipulated in ways that could lead to legal and financial consequences for all parties involved.
And switch it up. And at the same time, Floyd did something else that I can see, at least this is my understanding, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. also negotiated himself another fight with a kickboxer in Greece. So Floyd gets his hands on some cash from the negotiation from Floyd with Manny. Then he also picks up another payday for himself with an exhibition against a kickboxer, and he has the exhibition on Netflix with Mike Tyson. All of which he can win and look good in, but at the same time not